Welcome to the hot seat with Mr. White on Always Remember that all these stories is allegedly, so thanks for watching.
Shot shit.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac.
As you mentioned, this case has been going on for 20-something years, unsolved, but in Nevada, there is no statute of limitations on...
After Tupac got killed, Puffy allegedly gave the money
I heard
to Zip.
Yes.
And Zip was supposed to give the money to Keefe.
Federal nightmare. I'm a small motherfucker who ain't scared, won't fight fair. Shit, huh? What's happening, Puff?
The Las Vegas Police Department conducted a search warrant at random a few weeks ago in connection with the drive-by killing of rapper and actor Tupac Shakur in 1996. Investigators said the home belongs to a man they've known for a while and whose nephew became a suspect in the rap star's murder. The Metropolitan Police Department of Las Vegas announced they executed a search warrant in Henderson, Nevada. However, the police have been tight-lipped about whether or not they anticipate making an arrest in the nearly 30-year-old murder of the rapper. News reaching us has it that top comedian and actor Katt Williams is back on Diddy's case, warning the music executive that he may as well end up in jail for Pac's murder, for which he has been a suspect ever since it happened. Williams has clashed with Diddy in the past, even warning him that men don't take him out, allegedly refusing Diddy's advances on him.
Tonight, the first responding officer on the night Tupac Shakur was shot here in Las Vegas is weighing in on the renewed homicide investigation.
Some of the people who may have had something to do with Tupac's murder are understandably freaking out, and one of them is Bad Boy co-founder Sean Diddy Combs. The home that was recently searched has been linked through public records, including voting records, to the wife of Dwayne Keffe D. Davis, a self-described gangster, and the uncle of Orlando Anderson, one of Shakur's recognized adversaries and a longtime suspect in the rapper's murder. Anderson, who at the time denied any role in Shakur's murder, was killed in a gang shooting in Compton, California, 2 years after Tupac's death. Several rumors have persisted after Pac's death and the subsequent investigations into his death, all of which led to Diddy having hired hitmen to kill the Dear Mama singer.
PD is the uncle of Orlando Anderson, the man who police have long believed shot and killed.
Detectives seized multiple computers, a cell phone, documentary documents, a copy of the March 2019 issue of Vibe magazine featuring Shakur, several .40 caliber bullets, 2 tubs containing photographs, and a copy of Davis's 2019 memoir, Compton Street Legend, according to a copy of the search warrant obtained by the Associated Press. Witnesses in the quiet suburban neighborhood in Henderson, Nevada, 20 miles southeast of the Las Vegas Strip, reported seeing police officers arrest 2 persons outside the single-story home as investigators conducted a search inside. Although it is yet to be determined whether or not the evidence gathered at the site would link Diddy to Pac's death, the record executive is said to be very troubled by this latest development. The search's announcement revived the decades-old mystery surrounding the murder of Tupac Shakur. Even though no one has been caught, this case has been widely discussed for decades.
Because we were death row, and that's the life we was living. We felt like we was untouchable until that
Shakur's 4th solo album, All Eyes on Me, had sold almost 5 million copies at the time of his death. The renowned rapper has been nominated for a Grammy Award 6 times and is widely regarded as one of the most important and adaptable rappers of all time. Shakur was part of a convoy of roughly 10 cars driven by Death Row Records founder Marion Suge Knight on the fateful evening of September 7, 1996. A white Cadillac drew up next to them as they waited at a red light a block from the Las Vegas Strip, and shots rang out. After being shot many times, Shakur eventually passed away while undergoing treatment.
Rapper was shot inside of a BMW while stopped at a red light on Koval and Flamingo. We all know the story. He then died 6 days.
The incident happened after Anderson, Tupac, and their friends got into a fight earlier in the evening at a casino. Las Vegas police have previously indicated that despite a large number of witnesses, the investigation was unable to progress because some of the witnesses refused to assist in the case. The rumor that Diddy managed to bribe the authorities and the witnesses involved has persisted for a long time. In 2018, Keefe D., claiming he was ready to speak publicly after a cancer diagnosis, admitted to being in the driver's seat of the Cadillac that ferried the killer. He accused his nephew Anderson of being one of the shooters while being interviewed by BET.
You said the shots came from the back. Big Dre, Orlando. Who shot Tupac?
I keep it for the coldest.
The killer gunshots, Keefe said, came from the back of the car, but he didn't identify the gunman because he had to respect the code of the streets. The former gang leader claims in his memoir that he told federal and local authorities everything he knew about the possible connection between the murder of Tupac Shakur and the drive-by shooting of the notorious Big in March 1997. Big was a close associate of Diddy. They offered to let me go for running a criminal enterprise and numerous alleged murders for the truth about the Tupac and Biggie murders, Keefe D said in his book. They promised they would shred the indictment and stop the grand jury if I helped them out. Both Pac and Biggie were at the heart of an East Coast-West Coast rivalry that had come to characterize the rap game in the mid-1990s when they both passed away. After Shakur was shot multiple times during a hotel robbery in Midtown Manhattan, tensions began to boil over.
It was never a beef, it's only a difference in opinion. That's like me being mad at my little brother because he get cash now. I'm not mad.
The Changes singer publicly accused B.I.G. and Diddy of being involved in his attempted murder, a claim both rappers denied. It caused a huge rift between the music rivals and their fans in the hip-hop world. Keefe wrote that he went ahead and started answering their questions about the events leading up to Tupac getting shot. I sang because they promised I would not be prosecuted, he said, adding that he thought they were lying about the deal. But they kept their word and stopped the indictment, tore up the whole case. Nobody went to jail. It's unknown if Keefe has been living in the residence recently raided by Las Vegas police and if he was even there when the search was conducted. His failure to appear in court on a narcotics allegation in July 2022 resulted in a warrant being issued for his arrest in Las Vegas. I assume everyone here remembers Greg Kading, the LAPD officer who uncovered new evidence connecting Diddy to the deaths of Tupac and Biggie. Okay, let me jog your memory a bit.
So when we sat down with Keefe D, myself, the FBI, Keefe D's lawyer, we sat down under what's known as a proffer agreement.
When Biggie's mother, Valletta Wallace, revived the case of her son's death in 2006, things started going badly for Diddy. Valletta sued the LAPD for $500 million based on the widespread belief that the police lied to the public about her son's death being an accident. So in 2006, it was reopened and given to LAPD investigator Greg Carding, who ended up finding more than he bargained for.
Yeah, so they realized, the Southside Crips and Orlando Anderson, Keefe D, they know that, hey, we just hit this dude and lost.
Kading stated in his verdict that he thought the murders of two of hip-hop's most important rappers were connected. While looking into Biggie's death, he uncovered details that shed light on the other incident. In the wake of the widely publicized rap fight between Tupac and Biggie, Detective Carding spent 3 years investigating and concluded that Sean Puff Daddy Combs had placed a $1 million hit on both Tupac Shakur and his boss, Suge Knight. According to Carding, the music entrepreneur hired Crips member Dwayne Keith Keefe D. Davis to carry out the hit because of their strong relationship in Los Angeles.
I just needed to take care of him, and Keefe D's like, that's no problem. That's what we do. And so an agreement was made, according to Keefe D.
A man named Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, a member of the Crips gang, was responsible for murdering Tupac, according to the investigator. Kading claims that Keefe D was originally slated to carry out the hit, but that plans were revised at the last minute when they arrived on the wrong side of Tupac's vehicle. Therefore, Kefe's nephew killed Tupac and injured Suge Knight. The incident occurred hours after a fight between Baby Lane and Pac inside a Las Vegas resort, but that's not the end of it. Some say that Biggie Smalls' ex-wife, Faith Evans, was in on Diddy's plan to have Tupac killed. Keefe D claims he informed Diddy and Evans that they were to blame for the death of the West Coast rapper after it occurred. And most crucially, investigator Carding says that Biggie had nothing to do with Tupac's murder, despite the fact that the two rappers had a long-running feud. According to him, the New York MC had no idea that Diddy had plotted the assassination of Shakur and his manager Suge Knight.
You ready, nigga? Yeah. Ready for that raw dog shit, nigga? I don't know nothing about it. Okay, all right. Let me see how I'm gonna hit you with. You wanna set it off?
But the plot gets even thicker. Suge Knight, CEO of Death Row Records at the time, allegedly hired a member of the Bloods gang to murder Biggie Smalls in retaliation for his narrow escape during the murder of Tupac. Biggie was slain by a hitman as he returned home from a party hosted by Vibe magazine. The documentary also asserts, intriguingly, that Knight spotted Tupac's killer and attended the same high school as the hired assassin Keffy D.
We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother.
Many people, including some well-known celebrities and even fans, have always believed that Diddy was responsible for Pac's death. In 2018, for instance, musician Eminem almost started a quarrel by blaming Diddy for Tupac's death. Rapper Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem had been feuding for some time prior to the release of M's song Kill Shot, a diss track directed at Kelly.
The day you put out a hit, the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out, they got pop kicked.
But as M took on MGK, he seemed to imply that Diddy had ordered Tupac's murder in 1996. Killshot, I will not fail. I'm with the doc still, but this idiot's boss pops pills and tells him he's got skills. But Kells, the day you put out a hit's the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed. The shady Aftermath honcho raps on the track. Eminem subsequently admits in the song that he is playing, but some fans believe that was a subtle way of exposing Diddy's dark deeds. Netizens have discussed Diddy's purported conspiracy to kill Pac on the internet for years. One such fan tweeted, "Keef D blames Diddy for involving him in Tupac's murder and says Diddy is the reason him and Suge Knight lost Death Row Records." With a second saying, "If Diddy is now getting caught for something that happened to Tupac years ago, what makes you think that what you have done to others secretly in the dark won't catch you as well? Nowadays, karma coming through faster and going straight to hell with it. If you didn't know, now you know." Do you genuinely think Diddy has anything to do with the recent resurgence of interest in Tupac's murder? Leave a comment in the comment section below. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for watching.